The kushti, the Indian traditional wrestling, has a significant popularity in India. The economic development of India and the evolution of this society did not prevent Indians from remaining committed to this practice. The wrestlers are called pahalwan. Their ring is a square of ochre, and their behavior is confined to a single-sex cachet canvas. The rules of kushti could be summarized in a sport where you just dropped your opponent's shoulders to the ground. A wrestler must get up at 3 a.m., perform ablution, go to the training, and stay there until 8 a.m. Then he takes a bath and lets his body cool. In the evening, he returns to training exercises to strengthen his shoulders, thighs, back, and neck. Many of these exercises are performed as in the past, probably in order to respect the traditions of the sport. Kushti wrestlers are really proud of their country. Sometimes they are even compared to the great Indian sportsmen. The tradition of wrestling that we practice was born in the state of Maharashtra in 1916. And it is from this state that comes our wrestling. The wrestlers revere the monkey god, Hanuman, and pray regularly. Originally, we were practicing fighting on the ground in the village, and the villagers used to give us money. We did not receive any help from the state. To practice the fighting here, it takes a lot to train and maintain a proper diet. That is what is the most difficult. The best fighters come from the state of Punjab, Haryana, and Delhi. Tuesday is our day off. We reserve that day to pray Hanuman.
मंगलवार को रेस्ट करते हैं, बिल्कुल प्रॉपर्ली रेस्ट करते हैं और हनुमान जी की पूजा करते हैं.
The rest of the week, we wake up at 5 a.m. and after a brief warm-up, we run for 1 hour, stretch, and begin exercises on the ground.
उसके बाद में मिट्टी में अखाड़े में जोर करते हैं, कुश्ती करते हैं. उसके बाद में डंड बैठक लगाते हैं. उसके बाद में रस्सा वस्सा वो सारी चीजें.
It is especially in the villages that the fighting is practiced. There are very few practitioners in the cities because the people in the villages are stronger, they eat well, and are more comfortable in the fighting. The village people love very much the kabaddi, the kushti. These practices are greatly appreciated by the villagers. All parents should send their children to practice sports, not necessarily fighting sports, but a sport. Urban children are not unlike children from villages. All champions are originally from villages. But since this wrestling is represented in the Olympics, wrestlers won some medals and the sport has become more famous.
जितने भी रेसलर हैं, पहलवान हैं, वो मोस्टली वहाँ के हैं, अपना देहात के ही हैं, सारे गांव के लड़के हैं, गांव के बच्चे.
Previously, Firstly, everyone was interested in cricket. The wrestlers then began to receive state aid.
सब क्रिकेट में घुसे हुए थे लेकिन अब रेसलिंग देखने लगे क्योंकि उसमें मेडल आ गए तो बढ़ावा मिला है उस चीज़ को तो अब बहुत ज़्यादा लोगों का इसमें वो है
In all the places of Kushti training, you will find a temple dedicated to Hanuman, a temple where arriving wrestlers will drop incense and worship, touching the ground with one hand and then their foreheads, then do the same thing in the other direction at the end of the workout. Amritsar, the hometown of Harmandir Sahib, also known as the Golden Temple, the spiritual and cultural center of the Sikh community. The name Amritsar is composed of Punjabi words Amrit, which can be translated as nectar, and Sar, which can result in pond or lake. We are at the Akal Takht, the Sikh temporal seat. The Akal Takht was founded in 1606 by the 6th Guru, Hargobind Sahib, to compete with the Mughals who had their seat of power in Delhi. Later, the Guru created a throne and gathered a congregation that brought horses and weapons. He began practicing the Sikh martial art. Guru Hargobind said the Akal Takht would be greater With the help of Baba Buddha and Bhai Gurdas, the Guru Hargobind erected the seat of Akal Takht. In the 16th century, work turned this place into an important city. The land was purchased from the village of Tun by the fourth Sikh Guru, Guru Ramdas, for 700 rupee. It began in 1573 by digging the sacred pool, which gave its name to the city. Then, in 1601, the Golden Temple was completed, and 3 years later, the Sikh holy book, also considered the last Guru, the Adi Granth, was installed by the successor of Guru Ramdas, the Guru Arjan. Many Sikhs come here to listen to broadcast prayers. The temple is a place of pilgrimage open to everyone, regardless of race or religion. For Sikhs, the water around the temple, called Saharovar Basin, will cure all the ills of those who bathe. Sikhism, a monotheistic religion, is the fifth world religion with over 20 million followers. The word Sikh means disciple, he who believes in one God and in the teachings of the 10 Gurus collected in Guru Granth Sahib, the sacred book of the Sikhs. Men and women should receive Amrit, the Sikh baptism. Sikhs are recognized around the world as great warriors. The practice of Gatka, whose appeal has never waned with Sikhs in India and in the diaspora. This form of combat is based on the handling of weapons and mental concentration, which is allied in physical struggle. Every year in March, a great religious festival takes place at Anandpur Sahib, 200 kilometers east of Amritsar. The art of Gatka was initiated by Guru Hargobind to teach us to fight the enemy. These weapons were not designed to cause or suffer injustice. Their function is to protect the weak and poor people. Five different weapons are mentioned in the Gurbani, the Holy Scripture. One can find his weapons in all Sikh temples. Guru Hargobind has united strength and faith to create the concept of the saint soldier. A soldier can wield his sword and be unfair. A saint cannot wield with the sword. A saint soldier will follow the path of God and brandish his sword only to fight injustice. Do not sacrifice your hair. The cut amounts to uproot a Nishan Sahib, the Sikh flag. Understand the importance of this. Many sacrifice their lives to not cut their hair. My humble request to all Sikhs is to be baptized, to follow the path of our father, Guru Gobind Singh Ji. The praticants of Gatka often demonstrate during the holidays. He is accompanied by poems and songs praising the courage and achievement of Sikh warriors.
Majestic landscapes, intimate hideaways, modern megacities, and ancient shrines. An epic journey through the seasons in celebration of a country's heart and soul. Japan from Above, a new series premieres 6th November on Discovery Asia.
Spark curiosity in future scientists. Amazing animals. Incredible nature. Fun experiments. Ignite imagination with Discovery Kids. Watch, play, and explore. With a free trial, get unlimited access to shows, games, books, and more. Download now.
Punjab is located in the northwest of India and has an area of 50,362 square meters. It is bordered on the west by Pakistan, on the north by Jammu and Kashmir, in the northeast by Himachal Pradesh, and on the south by Haryana and Rajasthan. Much of Punjab occupies a fertile alluvial plain crossed by many rivers. Northeast of the state are a range of hills that form the foothills of the Himalayas. Punjab is a rich agricultural land. Fertile land, this is, the granary of India. More than a sport, Kushti is above all a way of life from a tradition of centuries. The wrestlers are subjected to extremely strict rules. They practice the Kushti almost every day of the year, even in summer, when the temperature can reach 45 degrees Celsius. They observe a special diet, mainly consisting of almonds, milk, ghee, or clarified butter, and chapatis, the traditional bread. The wrestlers are supposed to abstain from sex because it seems that sex empties the body of its male hormones, which are essential to the combat. The young touch the feet of the elders. These are signs of respect and encouragement. Each of these techniques have a specific purpose to the different muscular developments of the athlete. The wrestlers who practice kushti come from different backgrounds. Some are messengers, other boatmen, dairy, electricians, priests, and students. They are all welcome. The fight develops strength, and in India, force is a cultural value that implies a duty, dedication, and moral impeccability. It manifests itself more in the eyes that sparkle than in its arms. The kabaddi is a team sport, probably the favorite sport of Indians after cricket. It is also very popular in Pakistan and Bangladesh, where it's the national sport, as well as, to a lesser extent, in many Asian countries such as Japan and Thailand. Its name is often chanted during games and comes from a Hindi word meaning hold his breath, significant actions to position itself. In 1936, it was a field demonstration at the Olympic Games in Berlin. 4,000 years old, the kabaddi has evolved into its modern form all along the 20th century. The kabaddi is practiced in the villages of Punjab. The Punjab has seen many battles, a lot of attackers who invaded villagers.
ठीक है मुसलमान आउंदे सी उत्थे लड़ाइयां करदे सी लुटदे सी ते भजदे पिछे के समान करदे ओहदे वास्ते अपने आप नूं
Our ancestors used the kabaddi to defend themselves and to keep fit and extended to all men.
एक कबड्डी नूं साडी मां खेड भी कहा जांदा एक टीम च
There are 12 players per team, 3 or 4 attackers, 4 to 5 defenders, and 2 substitutes. The pitch is divided into 2 circles. The radius is approximately 20 feet. The team that wins the toss sends a striker in the other half of the field muttering kabaddi, kabaddi in one breath. His goal is to reach one or more opposing players and return to his half without losing his breath in 30 seconds. Those affected by the attacker are eliminated. The goal of the opposing team is to contain the attacker and prevent them from returning to his side until he takes another breath. Each team, in turn, sends a player in the opposing half. If a player goes out of bounds or touches the ground out of bounds, he is eliminated, except in cases of fighting. The game is composed of half-time of 20 minutes with a 5-minute break. Every 10 minutes, the players have the right to a dead time of 30 seconds to get a drink of water. In kabaddi, players must be quick, strong, and strategic. There are several categories in the schools: under 14, under 17, and after that, the national level.
This November on Discovery Asia. Living in harmony with nature. Garden in the sky. A journey celebrating a country's heart and soul. Japan from above. The transformation from ordinary men to guardians of the sky. Breaking Point, Indian Air Force Academy. This November on Discovery Asia. Every minute mission has a secret.
The izzat of the armed forces and the izzat of 41st Squadron was at stake.
The legends, the brains, the brave hearts.
It's a great feeling when the bullets are flying around you.
Every mission needs a soul. Secrets of a Mission Unlocked. India's most iconic battle operations. Bravehearts Unlocked. Battle Ops. Saturday night on Discovery Asia.
Spark curiosity in future scientists. Watch, play, explore with Discovery Kids. Download now.
Majestic landscapes, intimate hideaways, modern megacities, and ancient shrines. An epic journey through the seasons in celebration of a country's heart and soul. Japan from Above, a new series premieres 6th November on Discovery Asia.
I wanted to be just like Dad. I wanted to be catching snakes and wrangling crocodiles. The first time I ever jumped the head of a crocodile, I was 8 years old. I was just as proud as punch. Like, yes, Dad believed in me. He just instilled this love and passion for all animals. This isn't just what we do, it's who we are. It's in our blood.
In India, the railway is the mode of transport for long distances. It is provided by the public company of Indian Railways throughout the country. The network across the country and down extends over 63,140 kilometers of lines. This is one of the biggest and most crowded railway networks in the world, carrying more than 5 billion passengers and 350 million tons of cargo per year. This network covers the 28 states and 3 of the 7 territories in the country, and is connected to the networks of Nepal, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. The railroad appeared in 1853 in India, and in 1947, the year of independence, there were no less than 42 networks. These networks were nationalized and merged in 1951 to become one of the largest networks in the world. Taking the train in India is an experience. The total length of track used by Indian Railways is about 108,706 kilometers. The channels are designed for speeds ranging from 75 to 160 kilometers per hour. If the process evolves, so does the comfort. Air-conditioned cars or food served on board are part of these developments. Recently, an Indian even had the idea of creating a meal service on board through the internet to improve the service. Relying on a network of 230 partner restaurants, the web platform allows 8 billion annual passengers the dish of their choice at their seat or at station stops. The Red Fort, also called Fort Palace, is Shahjahanabad Fortress of Mughal architecture in Delhi. It is listed since 2007 on the list of World Heritage. The fort is also the site from which the Prime Minister of India addresses the nation every August the 15th. August the 15th is the day when India gained independence in 1947. The fort is named after the sandstone rock used for its construction. The Red Fort stands on the east side of Delhi. The wall is nearly 2.5 kilometers long and is between 16 meters high on the side of the river and 33 meters high on the side of the city. The building is huge. Delhi has grown into a cosmopolitan city due to the massive immigration of people across the country. Of course, the urbanization problems such as traffic jams and a lack of resources is apparent. But it is a city of movement, a city that is often the subject of shooting of films, a city that awakens curiosity. The Old Delhi, small streets, welcome a few of the greatest craftsmen as the jeweler who offers a wide choice of stones and jewels. They also work gold and silver to make exceptional jewelry. Are eaten in India at breakfast, along with a chai, the milk tea, or Indian coffee. Many variations exist when the type of flour is used. For support, you can also add some green beans in small pieces or carrot sticks. There are also numerous stalls well known for their traditional food. While they may seem outdated, they are the pride of their owner, especially since many personalities from the political and media world are moving to eat in the stalls, for some who have existed for over 70 years. Krav Maga is one of the sports that Indian agrees to hear as the society evolved. It no longer seeks to resemble the past. It looks to the future, but does not forget its roots. This demonstrates an openness on their part and the desire to share this development to the greater number. India has never been a violent country or even advocate violence. For many long years, India has exported its spirituality like yoga, and today it is seeking to import. The Krav Maga India team was created by Vicky Kapoor to raise awareness on this highly efficient system of learning and self-defense training, as well as combat. It aims not only to allow the application of the law, but to allow the army to become more efficient, and also help civilians adapt and be trained to protect themselves. It was also established for an important task: the need for training of new teachers, government agencies, and special operations teams around the world, and those in all aspects of the field: civilian, military, law enforcement, VIP protection, air marshals, and many more. Training, as in all sports, is very important for Krav Maga, and it is intensive and requires the practitioner to have a mind of steel. Whether you're a man or a woman, the evolution of the Indian mindset allows today for everyone to discover the Krav Maga and test their physical abilities against those different workouts which are usually done in India.
Asia, and I have put around 39 plus years in martial arts. Common people from all walks of life. They are business people, they are corporate people, college students, homemakers, if you are talking about the women. So everybody from different walks of life, and plus news helps a lot. The moment there's some news comes, people start joining. As an Indian society, we are not aggressive by nature. We are peace-loving and very passive people. So it's a very aggressive system, which is I can say the best on the street against any attack. It is not based on the strength, it's based on the tactics and very scientifically designed to work under stress. Initially for 5-6 years very, very tough. Even people to pronounce word Krav Maga was a big difficulty because they said, oh, what this new thing is. Even my colleagues from the karate, when I told them, oh, this is this, you must come and train, they said, oh, you as usual are mad, so you are bringing something new shit. So we are not interested. Once they came, few of them, to join the sessions with us, with my Israeli counterparts also, they realized, oh, it's very, very practical. It's not like katas doing in the air without thinking imaginary opponent, you are not doing anything else. Then they realize it's a problem solution. You have the application of every problem in different problems, which they never trained 20 years in the different systems. So a lot of professional, when I'm saying professional from the martial art field, are also coming to join our professional courses to become teachers. That's one good point. Now we have around 18 branches in India, and it's growing day by day. We are getting inquiries to do professional courses from the rural India. So that's a good sign of popularity of I'll say keep it real. Don't think of superficial imaginary Chinese movies.
In New Delhi, nearly 70,000 Indian women are enrolled in self-defense programs since 2002, including Krav Maga. Generally, they are organized by private institutions or provided by public bodies, including the police brigade in New Delhi, Violence Against Women. Halfway between tradition and modern India, it is an imposing, eclectic universe and its colorful world, mixing genres and customs. The kabaddi is a good example of this mixture. The sport that has become over time in Asia is represented today at the Asian Games. The kushti evolved over the years while maintaining its heritage. Today, India is a country that is constantly evolving, and that makes us understand that we must continue to adapt with it.